Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. I got just pretty much a bunch of scrap papers of unfinished projects and stuff that I've got here on my desk, and I'm thinking I'm going to take some of my Dollar Tree time cards because they're solid white on the back, and I'm fine and dandy with that. And I've just got some pieces that's, that's pretty, just laying here, and I'm going to cover the fronts of it with some of them, and just, because it's a little thinner bit of a piece of paper. So we're just going to try to make us some tall tags, and I'm thinking I cut that in half right there, and that top part will be a tag or a journal card, and the bottom piece will be a pocket. So we're going to do a few of those. Just do a little bit of maybe 20-30 minute mass make Dollar Tree time card authorization. Authorization or authorization? How is that? It's a alter, yeah. But yeah, I've got several pieces of papers laying around here that are kind of thin. Like this purple would be really pretty, and this piece of purple would be really pretty. It's kind of got a sheen to it. I think that would be pretty. This actually is the piece of paper that came with my brother's scanning cut as a sample piece, so I'd like to do that. Just a few things, and then I did find that I had this lavender piece, and it's real dark on the back. I'm just going to make, just one panel of that, because I think I can do a panel off of it, and then the other piece I can use as like a page in my journal or such. I don't know. It's whatever. Playing again. That's what I'm doing. Just having a little play. Hope everybody's doing good. I seem to be doing fairly well. For the most part, I'm doing decent. All of my, let's see, I think I need to do this first and then, because I may over ink or over glue that. So I'm just going to glue this. I think that'll be the simplest part, because this is almost 9 inches. So then I said, well, I'll just cover the front piece of it, because why not? It's, I bought, like 5 or 6 packs of these. I've got a bunch of it, so let's just get to using it. I feel like I got the jitter jakes. You know how, like, you get, well, of course, I'm taking prednisone. And I already did my my albuterol treatment for tonight, so I'm all jittery. So I'm all hyped up on steroids at the moment for my breathing treatments. So that's that gets you all jacked up. I think that's gonna wind up being pretty. Let's cut the excess off, and we can, like I said, it's just a few pieces of paper, that was laying over here that I said, well, let me see if I can't use that. I think I may just take and wrap this bit on around and just be fine and dandy with that. Should be fine. Just wrap that on around there. Been thinking I could have put that as a flip out piece, couldn't I? Knucklehead. That's okay though. That's a pretty tall tag. I like that. Yeah, and then you got plenty of writing room. I like that. Okie doke. So now let's put us a piece of frill on it. Got my usual suspects. I don't know what this is. It's just a sheer ribbon. And I found them on Temu. I actually have since found some at the Dollar Tree. And I just love them for tag toppers. I just think that would be so pretty. Yep, let's do that. I think I wanted to actually tie a bow on it. So let's have the string pieces here. So it'll hang kind of down a little bit. Yep. Let's do that. So I've been a rough day today, y'all. It was a rough day at work. What really, you know, it was just one thing after another rough, you know what I mean? Like couldn't catch a breath, couldn't catch a break. It's just, you know, one thing after another is pretty much what happened at work. So then we've got this piece here, and I've got a few of these little cards you can write on that. So I think I may just take that little rose piece there and put it on that and make a smaller tag. And we'll do that with it after we finish this. But yeah, I was just the truck came like, you know, like an hour before I got there. So, you know, it's 10 totes sitting on the floor as soon as you walk in the door. The guy that worked this morning stayed and helped put it up. And he wound up having to stay till like really almost 4:30. I mean, it was a lot. And then, I don't know, I got a little upset at my boss because, you know, like as soon as I walked through the door at 3 or 2:30, he's constantly, you know, just text. And I'm like, you know, look, we didn't do a shift change because we've got a truck sitting on the floor. I've got people lined back out to the cooler. I've got people playing machines. I got people standing here scratching lottery. You know, I'm scanning the products that came in on the truck so the fellow that worked this morning can put it up. You know, you're causing me, you're stressing me out. What do you need? And he's at the store and wanting to know what else we need besides what came on the truck. I don't know. It's 2:30. I just got here. Will you give me a few minutes to walk in the door, help him get these people called up so I can assess the situation to see what it is that we need? Wasn't good enough. He called me, called my cell phone, called store phone, text again, called my cell phone, called store phone. Finally, I answered the store phone while I'm waiting on this line of people. I mean, there's like 10 or 15 people, no kidding, in line, you know, trying to get them through, just people. And because at that time of the day, you know, it is school pickup from like elementary school and middle school in our area. And there's 2 on one side of us and there's 3 on the other side of us, of the highway, you know, like in the directions or whatever. And so we are just steady busy, you know, steady. And he's like, well, you can put him on the register. I was like, no, you don't get what's going on here. You know, the truck is here. We have a line of people to the cooler. You know, I mean, the 89 road that goes a front of the store or alongside the store was actually closed. The mountain was closed down because there was a wildfire up there that way. So I mean, we just had a slew of people and we were trying our best to get through it and, you know, wait on them and do whatever we needed to do. And I was like, it is not my fault that you waited till right now to, you know, go to the store to get whatever it was that you said you were getting yesterday. And that's just pretty much how I left it. So I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't do it, man. You're stressing me out. And he's like, you know, well, the truck doesn't have to be, yes, the truck needs to get done because it's literally sitting in the way of customers getting the stuff. It's sitting in front of products that we need, that customers are asking for. I'm literally stepping on the boxes, you know, the heavy duty totes, you know, to get to stuff that I need for customers. Like, so I told you, give me a minute and I will get back with you. And he keeps talking. I said, so I just announced, excuse me just a minute. My boss is on the phone. He's wanting to know what cigarettes I need, so I'm going to do that first, and then I'll wait on you. And that's what I said. I don't care. And that's what happened. You know, because he just wasn't comprehending. You know, now's not the time. Give me at least, you know, 20, 30, you know, at least 20 minutes, you know. And I was like, I had him on speakerphone. I don't, you know, this is what's going on. I mean, you constantly hear me saying, hey, how you doing? What can I get for you today? Hey, how you doing? What can I get for you today? You know, just constantly. And he just, yak. I was like, you're just not understanding. So then he was like, you're just being mean. No, I'm not being mean. I said, you know, we need to focus on customer service. I don't need to be focusing on the phone call right now. And I don't need to be focusing on worrying about what cigarettes that we didn't order on the truck that should have been ordered on the truck. It's like, I told you to order them 2 days ago. So that was my start off to my afternoon. And then it was just like, you know, they finally opened the mountain back up. Finally, the fire is under 100% containment. So that is good for our area. So there's a little mountain here, and most of the time, if you see that it snowed in our area, this is the place that it snows. It's called Low Gap, and it is it's like a really high peak, almost at the top of the mountain that still is in North Carolina in our county, right before you get to the Virginia line. And so that's where all of this happenings with the fire was happening the last couple of days. I think it started yesterday. But yeah, so that was, you know, that was the big ordeal going on. And let's see, today's Thursday, so this started Wednesday evening in our area. So everybody's freaking out, you know, about the wildfire in our area. And then, like I said, they had that roadway shut down, which is basically, you know, it goes up to the mountain, but it's basically a back road. It's a back road to the top of the mountain, and it's very, very curvy and very, very dangerous. So everybody's like, did you hear they got 89 closed down? You know, and like 89 runs for like, you know, 2 counties basically. And I'm like, what part? And they're like, right up here, right out the end of the road here. And I'm like, really, what happened? It's a wildfire. So I'm freaking out thinking, you know, there's a fire like, you know, less than a mile away from me. Come to find out, it's like Sparta area. On 89, Highway 18, you turn off to go there to like a place called Sparta, and it snows there all the time as well. So then, you know, once I figure out and find out for sure that it's not, you know, like a mile away from me, I'm fine. But yeah, so that's what happened here in our area, the big news. So, as far as I know, it didn't burn any structures or anything. I think it burnt acreage, like wild brush area, that type of thing. So, yeah, we were just super duper busy. And then I was like, you know, you're not comprehending right now at the moment. You know, it's not just trying to get the truck put up. I mean, you know, like, we are busy, so you need, and I was just like, you just need to back off. And that's how I put it. You're stressing me out, you need to back off. And the customer that's standing in front of me are like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you? What can I get for you? And I'm like, I'm seriously having this conversation on the phone with my owner. And it's just not grasping what's going on. And I actually like that you can still see that through that. If I don't know if it'll show. But yeah, there it is. You can still see that through there. That's pretty neat. But, you know, I mean, I love my boss to death. I do. He is a good man. He really is. But he just does, you know, he does not comprehend of the, you know, right now is not the time to be demanding to stop and get this and that and the other. And I mean, really, because, you know, we sent pictures, we sent a list. You know, there's been, I couldn't tell you how many pictures, lists, and stuff that we actually needed sent. So, you go back and look at the text messages is all we can tell you at the moment, sir. Because at the moment, if you need me to stop doing what I'm doing, then, you know, I'm not waiting on customers. So I was, it was so funny because I was just standing there ringing up customers, had the phone laying on speakerphone on the register, waiting on my customers. And he's just talking away. He's like, and I was like, you know, as you can clearly tell, and you have video surveillance, look at that to see what's going on first, you know. And his thing was, well, I'm here at the store. I'm standing here. The people's waiting on me. And I'm sorry. I'm standing here in your store waiting on your paying customers. And then come to find out, pretty much any and everything that we actually needed, they didn't have. So what was the point of calling in aggravation? Oh, they don't carry that. Oh, they don't carry that. Well, they don't have that here. Okay, then. Concentrating a minute there trying to cut that. But yeah, so that was how my day started, and it just went from there, just on and on and on. And I was just like, oh Lord, I need a breather. I was like, let me get everything caught up and take a breath. Finally, about 8 o'clock, get everything done, caught up, situated, look around. And instead of the last tote of candy that needed to go out on the shelf, because some of them had like 3 or 4 candy bars in the box or whatever, and I mean, it's like a big box, you know. So instead of the fella putting it out, he was like, well, you know, it's got 3 or 4 in it, and he just put them on the shelf and left them. So there's about a 5 shelf rolly cart that's sitting back there that still has, you know, pretty much a whole tote of truck candy on it that needed to go out on the shelf. So I did that. Then we have these little candies that are really good. They're like Saunders candies that are like 2-for-1 type deals. Had 2 boxes of those we needed to get out and put out. So the last from 8 to 9, I spent finishing the truck and doing that. And then that was pretty much how my night went. Just, you know, everything. So, and then as soon as I got done with that, wrote my lottery numbers down and stood still. Just literally just stood still. The boss calls me again, and I just started laughing. I was like, and I was literally standing there trying to figure out I turned around because I was going to do something, and I turned and forgot what I was doing, and then the phone started ringing. I was like, yeah, I was just standing here, just had turned around and went blank. I was like, what am I doing? What do I need to do? So, yeah. Excuse me for coughing. Let's see, what we got in here? Oh, yeah, this is some of the Lavender Fields add-on Junk Journal Ephemera Bundle. And this is by Junk Journal. I think my daughter said it's pronounced Daewoo. D-A-V-A-O or Daewoo. So that's where I got these ephemera bits and stuff from. And look, y'all, it had like full pages and stuff in it. Is that just not beautiful? So I was like, that would be beautiful for, you know, to do. I want to take some of these and put them in like I want to try to do like a little envelope. Not envelope, but envelope type journal. And then, of course, you know, I printed one for this and one for my bee journal. Had to. So, yeah. I got those done the other day, fussy cut. And then some of them has recipes and stuff like that I thought would be neat. And you just take and fold it in half and put it on there. I didn't print on the back of them, which I should have done that. And then you got recipe cards. And then there's some little things like that. That's cute. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I have the journal cards, but I want the actual lavender fussy cut flowers. You have the mail pieces. That's so pretty. I love that stuff. It's so pretty. But yeah, I want like lavender fussy cut stuff. Actually thinking, where'd that one go? Since that's just kind of gray background, I might just fussy cut that out and use that. Why not? And then it had like, you know, kind of the bluish purpley colors. Just a lot of, you know, pretty stuff. I love that. That's real pretty. And most of this just needs to be inked up. Then we have some of these smaller pieces here that we could just put in a journal. And look, here's the only one, and the only reason it looks like that is because it would not pick up, because it was like a fade. If you can tell, it fades into the white, and it would not pick up the border. So that's what I was in here digging and hunting for, was that piece. Because I know I can take and put it on here like that. Oh, yes, ma'am. We're going to cut around that a little bit more. Put us a label bit on it and call that good. So, I think that is going to be super pretty. Now, these here are on cardstock. These ephemera pieces are. Okay. So I think that's going to be fairly good enough there. But yeah, that's some pieces and stuff there from that fussy cutting bit. And this kind of messed up. It had a little place there. Actually, it had a piece of paper on my cutting mat that I didn't see till it ran through, and it cut where the paper was. And I actually think I might, thinking about trimming that down and putting that on there. it's like a label or such. I don't know. Let me think about that. But I know I do want this on here. So yeah, everything seems to be going fairly decent. It's just busy time. That's all it is. It's a busy time, you know, that everybody's playing what is it, t-ball, baseball, softball. We have a community park. There's a place that's like a rec center that owns a park up above our store, and they have softball and stuff like that there. So that season's picking up. That's what's, you know, so now it's just full blown in the throes of it's getting summertime, and it's going to be busy. That's what's happening. Let me see. Didn't I have purple labels down here, or was that blue? Nope, I got purple. Almost decided I was not going to do a video. Them's all small bits. Small bits and pieces. Okay. But, ooh, there's just a purple label. Let's hold on to that. Because I'm wanting this piece right here. Let me put that down first. And then I'll be able to complete a thought. We'll get this on there first, and then we'll get our other pieces. I about got that whole kit of the flower fussy cuts from the Junk Journal Studio, the volume 1. About got all of those done. I think I got about 4 or 5 more sheets, and I just got tired last night. Was like, I need to lay down. So I about got all those done. So we'll finish that tonight after we make a few pieces here. Come here. Then I kind of still have not decided. I'm just going to make up some ephemera pieces and play with my ephemera and stuff. It's kind of what I've been wanting to do anyways for a little bit. I'm going to put that there, right at the top. I'll put us a slot punch in it. And this here has something about Philadelphia, Tarragon, Harvey and Adamson manufactures Oriental and Modern Gardens vases. So let's do that. Put it on this side. And I like that. I think that is pretty. It's kind of plain Janey, but I like it. I think it's pretty. That is so crooked, is it not? Yes, it is. Oh, and it's on there. It's just going to be a little crooked. Look at it a little sideways. It'll be straight. Just look at it a little sideways. It'll straighten up. It's really not that crooked. It's just, it's me. is crooked. It kind of goes up that way. Come on. Ooh, there we go. There we go. We fixed it. I don't know if I did. Now it looks like it's going that way. Oh my goodness. Just leave it alone, woman. See, this is when I start getting on my own nerves. I'm like, just put it on there and stop. Okay. There we go. Good enough. And then we saw a purple couple of tickets and stuff here that maybe we could use on one. And I may do the white one. Just do it by itself. Got around the bottom corner bits. I think that turned out quite pretty to be pieced together. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to be in a kit type situation, but to be pieced. I had my scrap linens or scrap lacy bits and stuff like that in a big old tote. It sits underneath my desk over here on top of my homemade labels and such. So that's what I was trying to get out of my way so I could use my trash can. Okay. Now, I know I got purple. So I've got that, and I've got that, and I got that. So I've got 3 different shades of purple. And I used 3 different shades of purple. And then I have this. Oh, that would be pretty. Let's put that on. Purple stuff out. Keep that out. Let's see, like, how this stuff is. You know, this is the three different kinds of shades, you know, and I want a drawer that has that purple in it. You know what I mean? just right behind me, you know. That's what I'm hoping to get eventually. I think this would be really pretty. Sorry about the crinkle racket. It's from the Temu Factory of Crinkleness. Y'all know we gonna make us a bow out of that. Yes, we are. Or try our bestest to. Try my best. Whew, crinkle, crinkle. Let me see. I need to get me a clear box. I finally got all the sticky mess out of them. So I'm just going to put my purple bits in them and keep it over to the side to work on. Just so, you know, it's not every which way but loose over here. Because I got a couple of purple things, you know, like I got the purple flowers. I got the lavender kit, roses, and I got some blue stuff that I'm just trying to get together. Oh, that is so pretty. Ooh, I love it. So, Miss Deborah, this is for you. I was talking to her the other night on the phone. And just the sweetest lady, y'all. Just sweet as she can be. And very, very just easy to talk to. Easy to talk to, I guess, is the yep. So, and she's talking about how her favorite colors were purple. And I was like, yeah, me and my oldest daughter, purple, we're Prince lovers. You know, it's Purple Rain. Of course, purple's going to be your favorite color. So I said, well, I got some lavender stuff coming up. Let me work on some of that in a video here. Ooh, look, now that is going to be beautiful on there. We need to put a curvy something here. We want music, or we want book page. I would like to have music, because, you know, that's just how I am. Let's do, I got this darker piece of music here. I think that would be really, really pretty. And look, it's curved that way, but that'd be just fine and dandy. Would it not? I don't know. It's not curved the right way. Here, let's do this number here. Put it coming like this. I'm going to put that piece of music up here like so. Have that like that, maybe-ish. We'll have us a pretty label here. What do y'all think? I think so. I like it. What is that stuff? Wisteria, that's what it is. It's just, all that stuff is everywhere here. Like, it just grows wild. It takes over. And then I was like, oh, I want some of that. Because, you know, it hangs down like that. The flowers hang down and stuff. And then my daddy's like, you do not want to plant that on your land nowhere. He said, and if you do, plant it out in the woods. You know, that somewhere that you were not planning on making any use of ever again. I was like, what? He goes, that stuff will run and take over everything. He said, you have to constantly take and cut it back. He said, you have to keep up on that and constantly cut it. Because if you do not, he said, it will absolutely take over everything. I'm going to come in a slight more angle here. Just because that looks a little too chopped up there. A little too straight. Let's put it right there where the corner of the angle of the tag starts. But, yep. But I saw that stuff growing and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. What is that? I want that. I want it. I want it. And then, so then I went, you know, studying up on it. And it'll take over a house. It'll grow all over a house. Pretty much worse than ivy will. But it is so pretty. I mean, just beautiful. And he's like, he goes, yeah, it'd be really pretty. He's like, but, you know, you need to plant it down here in the bottom. Like, and we call the bottom like the back of our house, where we just left the weeds and stuff to separate us from the, we have a road that goes around our property in the back. So we left some trees and wilderness and stuff down that way just to have a buffer from the neighbors or whatever down there behind us, which there aren't any neighbors down there anymore now, but back when they was like, you know, cutting and clearing land and, or, you know, deeming what would be our yard and what wouldn't be the yard to upkeep, they decided to leave that little, I don't really know, probably like 100 yards along the roadway, about maybe 50, 60 foot deep, 100 yards along the roadway back there with just trees and that. Put that down here like this. I think that's going to be really pretty. Now this is, you know, I sat down here and I just was like, ooh, I saw them tags sticking up over here in my, so I got a little box of stuff to work on, and I got a little box of papers that are pulled out to do stuff with. You know, like if I need a background or something like that, I'll pull it out and do that with it. And I know that is blue and pink and purpley and, you know, just all kinds of mixed. And I was like, that might be pretty there. Pretty label. But probably not. I'm looking to see if there's any labels. Not really. Not really. Okie dokie. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, look at that butterfly. We got to put you on there, don't we? Yes, we do. And so even where that's white, I'm just going to dot that in. It'd probably be pretty if I'd done it with the purple, wouldn't it? Let me get my purple stuff. Where is it at? Underneath the table here, right at my feet. Okay. I think that is going to be super bright. Is that the bright one? Yep, that's super bright. Let me see. Let's try this one. Ooh. Well, let's not mess it up no more than I already did there. Okay, here's what I'm doing now. I'm pulling that off. I'm going to put something else on it because I just messed that up. Don't do that. That was a knucklehead move. I should not have done that. I gotta find somewhere better for my for my inks to go than right there. Something like, I want a big label there. All right, this is New York Tea Company, and this here has New York, something New York on it. Fine cigars. Well, the ladies ain't smoking. Rose scented water. Let's do this. It's talking about a rose scented water, and it's a pharmacy type thing. So let's put you right here. Straight, please. Go on straight. You know what? I need this, these. There we go. That works out good. I think as my carpal tunnel and that keeps messing with me more and more, I think I am going to have to wind up smaller stuff like that where you have to pinch to hold you steady or whatever. I think I am going to have to start trying to get where it's a tweezers, use tweezers on it. I'm just going to put a number 1 on there. I can get it off of here. Cover up these words on the music. There we go. I still want something there. I don't know what. Let me see if I can find another butterfly and not mess it up. Suppose another butterfly. Oh, look, we can put a hand on it. What is the deal with the hands? Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I want a butterfly. I don't want a label. Let that go. Yeah, let's do that. That'd be pretty. And I'm fine with the white bit of showing around it. That one is crooked. Oh my goodness, with the crookedness. What is wrong with you today? It's on there. That's fine. Alrighty. Let's round the corner bits. I said 20 or 30 minutes, y'all. It's been, which I've, you know, we've covered and whatnot. We've covered and stuff. And, which, you know, just sitting down and taking and gluing these pieces together and that. You know, there's bases that we didn't have. There's a base I did not have. And we'll put it right here in our, ouch, in our to-do box. Daggone, something stabbed me. Now that, I don't know if it'll go into lavender or not, but I may put it in the lavender kit. Or I may just save it for a purple journal. Okay. Now, do we want to put a darker purple on it? I think I do, just because that purple's really dark and that in there. So this purple in the flowers is dark. It's got like a blue purple here, and that's really dark. So I'm going to put just a little thingy up at the top. These I haven't used yet, but I've had them for a bit. Just because when I found it on Temu, it had, they were on sale for like, I want to say $1. Well, each one of those things. Got a tiny attach right there. And I think that'll be pretty. Yep, I like that. It's good and sturdy too. Alright, let's clean our mess up. I'm going to get off here. I was thinking about trying to fussy cut tonight. I don't know. I'm just tired. It seems like everything I do is just, you know, and I know it's the steroids. It's driving me crazy. The jitterbugs. Yeah, I'm not that jittery, you know, like nervous type, but we did this piece. So we took the time cards from Dollar Tree. We covered them. Then we, you know, decorate them with our pieces of ephemera and fussy cuts and sticky bits and stuff. I think that's pretty. I love that one with that bling. Oh, that's pretty. And then this was just leftover bits from a past project where I was making folios with a paper pad from Walmart. Alright, so for an hour, we got 4 pieces of ephemera out of it that are really super duper pretty. We got a tag base, and I'm happy with that. So, you know, sometimes in an hour, you know, you don't put a whole journal together or make a whole book and this and that and other. Some things take time, but that is so pretty. And this was just sitting down here looking at what's on my desk, you know, just playing. I love that. That is so cute. I'm going to get off here and quit bragging about my own work. So, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good night.